And all of it can be put under greed. Alcohol can be put under greed. Greed for sex, greed for money, greed for power. What about greed?
Welcome to Aloha Speaks, home of Malama Aloha Pono with Alexander Noman.
Aloha, Alex here. And my intent is to learn something, especially when it's difficult to grasp or understand. I want to bury my head in the sand when it comes to this Epstein Files situation, and I don't intend on going in that direction. It's about wanting to bury my head in the sand. I deny that it's even happening. I don't want to hear about it anymore. But there is something to learn, not just in that, in all of the things. And I call it the world, what's going on in the world, because it's about addiction for me. The world of addiction, alcoholism, is addiction, but it's not treated as addiction because it's called alcoholism. But I got more to be concerned about than that. Alcoholism, because I also have other addictions. So I have to be careful. I have to be careful from my perspective. Okay, it's none of my business what anybody else does. I'm going, what's going on here? So I look at history. It's called the very first drug. What do I care what the very first drug is? There's something to be learned that can help me. Maybe, absolutely. Because the world, society today doesn't even look at alcohol, this word normalize. It's completely normalized, alcohol. It's everywhere out there, on the TV, in social media. And everywhere it is normalized. I mean, when I say social media, these people there's this new thing out there saying, oh, if you take probiotic or something before you drink, you won't have this. And they're pushing this thing, which is fine. It's fine. But it's like, it's normal to drink, and it's everywhere. Like, yeah, that's what it is. Whereas for an alcoholic, it is a drug. It's not a medicinal drug, whereas I've even heard it, well, it's a social lubricant. Not for an alcoholic. So, everybody's not an alcoholic. I just have to be concerned about myself. But what about the other drugs? So, I tried my hand at that opiate, heroin. It was I was even warned. They said after 3 times you start getting hooked. It was my 3rd time, I said, that's it, I'm done, because I'm an addict. I knew I was going to be in trouble. I was out of there. I was out in the jungle. I left no more because I knew I was going to get hooked. It was so awesome. Other drugs like crack, they call it, or the other words, ice. Other words, crystal methadone. It's amazing. That really got me in trouble. So what about, I have, after the very first drug, I have in parentheses, alcohol, ? They had the fermented grapes thousands of years ago. What about sex? ? to me, I have been to SA, Sex Addicts Anonymous. I've admitted it. It's a drug. It's not necessarily a drug to everybody, but someone who is an addict, it's a drug. Greed, question mark, that's it for the parentheses. And under greed, I have all of it can be put under greed. Alcohol can be put under greed. Greed for that. Greed for sex. Greed for money. Greed for power. What about greed? Now it starts looking a little bit more like the Epstein files here. But I'm talking about thousands of years long before the Epstein files ever were around. Greed for money and power causing these wars and all these problems in the world. What good does it do for the world if I can't turn it around and look at myself because of the suffering? It's always about the suffering. They call it unmanageability in step 1, or simply in segment 1 of Malama Aloha Pono, admitting and getting honest with myself. In the Epstein files, because there's men, these men that have sex addiction issues going on. I'm looking at it, I'm going, that's what's going on. Power and money greed addiction issues going on. Some people have said drugs are behind it. There's these huge financial things going on that aren't even being brought out into the open. I'm seeing this is all about something that's not even really being addressed because it's so hidden, everything's staying hidden. That's what addiction is. That's what's going on with me. Hidden. That's why in Malama Aloha Pono, the fourth segment, subconscious is all about hidden, keeping it hidden. Shining a light, but what is it I'm shining a light on? Because it's about turning a lie into a truth. So, I didn't even get to what I put in red under the parentheses. Case of mistaken identity. What is the mistaken identity going on here? Because it is greed. But in me, what is the reality going on here? It's the desire. I have a desire for something, and it's mistaken for something desired out there. It's identifying something sex. I desire sex. I desire to have a drug do something that I want. I desire money or power to give me, it's that pride. Make me feel powerful. When the desire, the mistaken identity is love, that is what is truly desired, and that I already have it in me. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Chaos, distraction. These are the attributes of addiction, just to keep it off track from what is real. It's already in me. And I get to turn that attention to the lies, it takes that effort to the truth. Aloha.